What about the healing? Yeah, yeah, buddy. So let's get into it. No intro, but I do want to say welcome. I'm honored. Thank you for all of my new subscribers. Thank you for rocking with me. Let's do this thing. All right. So we're dealing with some type of feminine energy, right? A feminine energy where it could be a male that's in their feminine energy or a female. But we're dealing with a feminine energy that the cards is saying they're not divine. They want to be divine. They want people to look at them as if they're divine, but they're not. Nowhere near shape, form, or fashion divine. They don't, in their heart, they don't rock with the divine. In their mind, they don't rock with the divine, but they want people, places, and things to view them, to treat them, to see them as if they are a divine feminine. Divine feminine that is that a divine feminine meaning of feminine energy that's a representation of divine, a representation of the Most High God, who has deemed her or him as divine. People who are literally divine feminines, it's not that they say that they're divine, it's how people see and view the divine in you, the Most High. How people see God in you, how you represent God, is what makes you divine. Is gives you the title of being a divine feminine. Anybody can say with their mouth that they are divine, but what do your actions say? How do you carry yourself? What do your heart represent? What flows out of your heart to others and for others? See, you have to look at people with your spiritual eyes to actually be able to see the true authenticity of them being and what they're saying they are and what they are actually being. However, so you have someone that's acting, that's pretending. You have someone who wishes and hope. You have someone that want to play the game, want to walk in the shoes of a divine feminine, want to be a copycat of a divine feminine, but their heart, their mind, their soul is so far from it. They don't even know who God is. They don't even believe in God, but they want people to look and view, and they want people to see them as if they were all about God. That's what this is. So this person is showing up in this reading. I really don't want to be bothered. I really don't want to talk about this person. I don't want to give them a lot of attention, but they're here. Okay? This is a particular person that is going through a cycle. This could be a Pisces. It could be a water sign, period. Because you have the water signs, you have the fish, right? But I'm looking at this and viewing this as a cycle. But also, of course, it can be a Pisces, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be, right? Water sign. So basically what I'm saying here though, but this is representing this particular person is going through a cycle, because this particular person does not want to actually make the necessary changes. We hear the same old story, the same old drama, especially on All About. However, this because I'm starting, and this is what about. I'm gonna have to get myself back into teaching mode about these type of people and how these type of people are trying to run rapid, trying to come back in, trying to play games, trying to trick, trying to guilt, trying to force their way in back into your life, or force their way into your life, or even if you haven't even walked away from these people. What about the people that's on this channel or who's watching this channel that's connected to this person, and you think that they're divine, they like you, but only thing they're doing is copying what you do and regurgitating what you say, but they're nowhere near on your level. But you haven't realized that yet. You haven't seen it yet. You haven't caught on to it yet. It happens to all of us. So I'm talking to you too. Because this particular person is going through a cycle, going through the same thing over and over and over again. But when they look at you, you look like this. You bright. You shining bright. You well put together. Looking good, smelling good, like you should. You, I mean, you're not trying, but this is the way people see you. You are in your own element. You are in your own. You're making your own. You're doing your own thing, and the outcome of it is this. People seeing you because you're consistent and you are truthfully and authentically you, holding nothing back. You're being you. And people seeing it and acknowledging it. It's not fake. It's not faulty. It's not faulty. It's honest. It's truth. But this particular person is they've tried to copy you. But you just keep evolving, you keep changing, but this particular person don't like change. It's very irritating and frustrating to them because you never stay the same. You constantly keep changing, you constantly keep growing, you constantly keep doing something. And then when you change, then they have to change. When you grow, they have to try to figure out how to copy and do what you're doing. But as it stands, who they truly are and what they represent is the same old outdated energy that you left them with. They still the same person. They still going through the same things. They still going through the same cycles. It may be different people, different names, different faces, but the same old cycle. Because who you are, who you attract, if you don't change, you're going to keep getting the same people back over and over and over and over again. Attracting the same people, doing the same things, saying the same thing over and over again. You have to change for you to attract anything different in your life. And this person, they trying to be like you. They trying to change and do the changes that you change. They trying to change and do and reflect the things that you're doing. But when you change, that reflects upon you. which makes you look like this. Radiant. Stand out. Like a peacock. You're not trying. It's just who you are. And the more that you be truthful and honest and authentic with yourself and make the necessary changes and you grow, you can't help but be this. Because it's your destiny to be this. This person can't understand that. That no matter how they try to duplicate and copy what you do, they will never, the outcome would never be your outcome. Because what's for you is for you. What this person's supposed to be doing is focusing on them. Hold on. Okay. So, this situation is contrast. You have someone that's faking and you have someone that's standing out. This particular person don't get it. That you got to be you. Not only do you got to be you, you got to find out what it is that you came down here to do. What is your mission? What is your purpose? You can't duplicate and try to be like somebody else, and that's not your mission. That's not your purpose. It's going to always come out not in your favor because you're not in alignment to be who and what you're supposed to be. You're trying to be who and what you want to be. But who and what you want to be has nothing to do with what your mission, what it is, because you haven't taken any time to see. You haven't taken any time to invest, to find out who you really are. But instead of doing that, because that's too hard to you, or that's too much for you, you go around searching, stalking, watching, forcing your energy, forcing your way, forcing your attention on people, places, and things that you're out of their league. You can never get to the point that they are because they're not you and you're not them. God has a purpose and a plan for each and every one of us. You cannot force, you can't keep doing magic, keep doing evil eye, keep trying to press and focus and bully your way through upon other people. You may get away with it at first, but you always gonna come up short. Because as this person advances, they're gonna grow into a point that you will never be able to that energy that you're throwing won't be able to touch them anymore. And then what you gonna do? Turn around in that same cycle over and over again and have to go try to find somebody else to bully, to target, to do for what? When you already have a purpose, you have a destiny, but you refuse to look at you. Or you want to be something or someone of importance, and you think that what it is that God has shown you that you are, it's not as important, not as valid, or you out to be seen and you want to be heard and you want to be in the spotlight. And you don't think that what God has shown you about you and what you're supposed to do, the piece to the puzzle that God has said that you have, it's not good enough for you because you can't see yourself in the limelight. You can't see yourself where where millions and millions of people are lifting you up and saying your name. But it's always a reason. See, you people like this, the reason why God may don't have them in a place like this because they would abuse it. It takes a special type of person to have this upon their life and don't use it and abuse it and take people for granted and greed and try to make a fool out of people and take their money and do things to people. A special type of person, a real authentic person that will truly be about God's business. It's not many. It's not many people that rise to this and be able to treat people with dignity and respect concerning their mission. It's not about money focus and what they can get out of people and making a fool out of people. It's not many. But people like this, and God knows, God has tested, they have wasted a lot of time and effort trying to copy and duplicate and be like somebody else. These type of people God would not allow. You've already shown God that you cannot be trusted with this. This is a mantle. This is a responsibility. See, when you have this, yeah, you get all that other stuff that they talking about, but this is a responsibility. A hefty responsibility. When people know your name, know your face. When people put you on a pedestal. When people love you and you don't even know who they are. That's a responsibility. That carries a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of content creators that didn't make it because they had this with the right intentions, but when they got up in it and seen all that they can get and all the things that can go along with it and all the titles and all the people and all the stuff that go along with it, they fell to the wayside. They fell for the okie doke instead of staying true and authentic to where the come up and who they truly are and what they represent. They fell for the okie doke, for the greed and making a fool out of people. So much so that God had to do something about it. So this comes with a responsibility. When you get up here, it's a lonely place up here. It's a lonely place, especially if you for the right and you doing people right, doing what you supposed to do. It's a very lonely place. You may have all the money, the recognition, people putting you on mantles, people love you, but all of that comes with a price that people like this are not willing to pay. Because once you get up there and get all that money, it comes pressure. It comes responsibility. One false move, you've done. You got to always do the right thing. Come clean if you don't. These are things these people don't know anything about. But God tested them. When they brought you into their life, God tested them. But instead of them trying to learn, trying to come along so you can go so you two can be in this thing together, so you can grow together and learn together. They got jealous and envy of you. They will try to ruin you, hate on you, betray you. And you had to walk away from this person. You had to walk away for your own soul and salvation. When you walked away, of course, we know the story. We know the story over and over and over again. Because here's the cycle. You walked away. They start doing spell work. They start trying to ruin you and lie on you and try to ruin your reputation. They tried everything they could to get you not to be, for people not to see you this way. But what did it do? People see you this way. Because it's not about what somebody else think or what somebody else. It's all about you staying true and being real about who you are, whose you are, and what you represent. Not letting anybody else, no matter what they do, what they say about you, that don't matter. What matters is that you be who you say you are, no matter what. Because whoever this is, it's not working anymore. It's not working anymore. And people are now seeing all these skeletons, all this stuff that they did, all the lies, they've been exposed. And if they're not, they will be. So I asked God, I said, okay, because this is the same mess. And I asked God, so basically, what it is that you are some type of influencer. You're on YouTube, it specifically say YouTube. But you're some type of influencer. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You're something like that. You are either a reader, oracle, tarot. You're a psychic in some type of way. Spirituality is here. Music. You do music videos. You do music. You may be a gamer. Any type of social media influencer. That's who I'm talking to. Now, I know on my all about, it is a lot of influencers, a lot of readers on my all about. On this channel, I don't know. But I'm talking to someone who has tapped into being an influencer, that tapped in to social media, content creation in some form, because content creation could be anything. It doesn't have to just be YouTube, but it could be anything that you could create content. But whatever you're doing, this person is watching you and have been watching you and trying to copy and trying to duplicate. But they have found out that they can't, because you keep changing. You keep changing up the game. You keep changing. And now, in some type of way, this is what I'm getting from telepathic. Whatever you're doing, your content, they're trying to telepathically come in and send messages that way to you regarding them and this situation. They're trying to telepathically send you energy to make you feel insecure about your channel, about you, your content, what you're creating, what you're trying to build. Take it from me. Take it from me. Whoever you are, build your content. Do what you're going to do. Haters are going to hate. People are going to try to stop you because you're doing something that they can't do. You're doing something that they don't have enough confidence to do. And if they have the confidence, they can't keep up. They can't keep up because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not creating content on their own. They're looking at other people, trying to copy and duplicate what other people do. That's hard work. If you think it's hard work for somebody that's doing their own content, it seems like it's simple to go copy somebody else's content and put it on your page. It seems like it's simple, but after a while, you got to keep trying to find. You got to keep trying to search. You got to keep trying to do it because, see, the algorithm, it is fickle. Today you good, tomorrow you gone. Tomorrow you at zero. Tomorrow you not. It doesn't send it. This person is finding that out. And in order for you to do and stay current, you have to change. You have to do new news. You have to try to change with the current. And the only way you can change with the current is if you are doing your own content. So whoever you are, continue to do your content. Don't listen to what you feel because that's not your feelings. Those are projections coming from people, places, and things that do not want you to continue. Because you already look like this. People who look like this is on a road, a specific road. A specific road to accomplish, to influence that mission. Okay, so I think I was saying they're telepathically sending in messages, okay, to you through whatever it is that content you are creating. But for the most part, I think you're picking up on that and you're discerning what you're not going to tolerate, what you're not going to. I think you're picking up on that, but I think this is the part that God wants you to get. And that is that they want you to start being insecure. Looking at your views, looking at your numbers, looking at things that really don't matter at this point in time. It matters to you as an influencer, but it doesn't matter to God right now because that's not the focal point. The focal point is for you to get this content, to create good content coming from God, with God, with the energy of the Most High. Creating good content from that energy and allowing that energy to do whatever it needs to do. If the content soar and you go viral, that's fine. If you don't, you don't. It's not time. But whatever you're creating is good content. So it's just a matter of time. But this energy is so low vibrational and so hooked into that same old outdated energy of not change. They haven't changed. Things are not working, things are not growing, they not things are not coming together for them because they're still in this old outdated mindset, old outdated insecurities. They haven't done anything about their self-image, who they are, what they believe about themselves. They haven't even tapped into self-love, loving themselves. They haven't even tapped into that. This is so old that this person has forgot. They don't even know who they actually are because they've been so focused on you, who you are. They have dissected you to a like some type of book that they can read and try to absorb and try to be. But again, you can't be anybody else but yourself. That's why it don't work. It'll never work. Because you're constantly growing, evolving, and moving forward. And this person is stuck in the old, outdated. They're trying to recreate you with old, outdated thinking, old, outdated energy. The energy doesn't match. The things that they say, that you say, that they come in and duplicate, it don't match. It don't hold any power. It don't hold anything. It falls dead to the ground. People hear it, but it just don't make sense. It's confused. It's confusion. It's the energy. The energy that is coming from is from a confused, old, toxic energy, and people can feel it. People can feel it. And so when they're talking and they saying that, they take it, but they take it for face value as it is what it is. But when you speak, you hold power and authority in your words. Your words hold that because you've done the time, you've done the work, you know what you're saying, you know what you're doing, you know you've been there, done that, and got the t-shirt. And so people pick that up from you, that when you saying something, they pick up that energy from you, that you know what you're talking about. And I better listen. That's what this is. You are an influencer, but you got power and authority to do so and to be so. This person is sending those messages, but they're trying to make you insecure and make it seem like what you're doing, you're out of order and you're not protected. And all of that is a lie. You utterly protected. People look at you like this. They value you. They value your opinion. Your content is growing, but you don't know it and you can't see it. Because what you think a content creator is and what success is not really what it is. You got to change the way you see things. And you have to be comfortable and content to where you are. And allow God to take you places whenever it's time for you. Don't try to be like all these top names and all these people. Because really, they may have all those subscribers in number, but how many people are really watching their videos? What is the algorithm doing? Is the algorithm really sending their videos out to all their people? Are all these people that they have subscribed watching their videos? Have they influenced them to come back on their own without the algorithm? Have they fed them enough that they're looking for their content? That is what matters. Ooh. All right, this was a long one. I didn't mean to go this long, but okay. So I'm going to leave it right there. Hit the comments, please, please, please. I'm asking if you this content resonated with you, or if you got something out of it, or if it is something that is encouraged you or motivated you, or if you appreciated this content. please put it in the comments. Let me know. Confirm. Tell me your testimony. I'm listening. All right. So it's an energy exchange. An energy exchange. All right. So with that being said, I'm sending you love and I'm sending you healing. And Trinity is